Hello all you shining stars, welcome to my channel Shining Star Soup. In today's What's a Soup Saturday, I'm doing another Breaking It Down Boxycharm 2020 edition. Now in 2019 I had pretty much got a box every month, but in 2020 I was a lot more diligent, I was a lot more keen on the spoilers, a little bit more cautious when it came to spending a bit of money. And with that said, reviewing now, I'm going over my list, which I will be doing right now. I do rate my boxes, the subscription box, 5 out of 5. I don't rate it 5 out of 5, sorry. I use a scale out of 5. 5 being awesome, you know, it's a perfect box. 4 being it was really good. 3 being meh, could have done without it, but I've seen worse, I've had worse. 2 out of 5 is like, yeah, no, complete fail, and 1 out of 5 is complete and total waste of money. So disappointed. So with that said, Boxycharm for Canadians is going to run you, I have Jose in my lap, is going to run you about $40 a month now per box is what you can budget. So it's not cheap, and it looks like in 2020 I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes altogether, with one of those boxes being a Boxycharm Premium. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into the first box, which was January 2020 Boxycharm. Alright, so in January 2020 I got a Dr. Brandt Retinol Eye Cream, which I really enjoyed, a Skin & Co. Truffle Exfoliating Face Garmage, I think it's called. That was really nice. Had a nice texture, had a nice smell. I think it's on par with Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion. I also got an Aviant sleeping mask. It was good, but it's way overpriced. That's the one that's like 120 bucks or 175 bucks. The price is just ridiculous. It was a nice sleeping mask, but again, yeah. A Grande mascara, which was the gold one that had castor oil in it. That one wasn't bad. And a Too Faced highlighter. Now the Too Faced highlighter, the Diamond Light, pretty to look at. Horrible, horrible, horrible product. Very, very hard pan. You couldn't get anything off of it. It was pretty much just for looks. It's because of that highlighter that I didn't give the Boxycharm January box a 5 out of 5. I only gave it a 4 out of 5. It did lose a point because of that dang awful Too Faced highlighter. It was so pretty to look at, but yeah. Couldn't even tell what it looked like on the skin just because the pan was so hard. Big fail for Too Faced and Boxycharm for January 2020. Not Boxycharm's fault, obviously, more Too Faced's fault. Alright, now in February 2020, I got 2 boxes. I guess I signed up for a second box because there was an add-on or a bonus item of a Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion. Love that product, so I did end up getting 2 boxes. Now, box number 1. I got a set of 3 Lexi brushes. I think they were Lexi. They're like in a box. 3 different sizes. Terrible, awful beauty sponges. I ended up tossing them. I got makeup wipes. I think it was Smith & Co. Not too sure. Don't quote me on that. The quality was very meh. It was very thin. It was like 10 makeup wipes, 10 or 15 makeup wipes that you did get. Kirkland Signature, much better. I got a Ciate Translucent Powder in Coconut, just a small size. First Aid Beauty Exfoliating Pads, just a small size. Those are decent as well. And the last item I got in the one box was the Becca Foundation. And I was happy to get a foundation because for years, Boxycharm, I think 2020 was the first year that they introduced foundation and concealer. Like, they really broadened the beauty quiz. The only problem with the beauty quiz is 9 times out of 10 they don't actually follow it, and you'll still get random shit. Pardon my French. But at least with the foundation, they seem to actually use your shade range. Like, they don't want to be sending you a dark foundation if you're fair, or a fair foundation if you're dark. So they do have to pay attention to the beauty quizzes when it comes to that, and even then they still fail. Case in point, the Cover FX palette from 2019. Moving on, I was very, very, very disappointed in the Becca foundation. It was very cakey, it was very runny, and I'm just wondering if it's kind of made me shy away from getting Becca Cosmetics foundation in or any Becca Cosmetics products because of how bad their foundation was. Now, if any of you don't know, Becca foundation, Becca Cosmetics is going out of business, I think at the end of September, so they won't be making anything new. It's pretty much, why fall in love with a product if the company's bankrupt? I don't know if they're bankrupt or what the story is, just that they're not going to be around. So again, very disappointed with the foundation. I did rate that box a 2 out of 5. Again, the only thing that saved that rating and to not make it a 1 was the Ciate and the First Aid exfoliating pads. That saved that from getting a complete failure box. Now the box 2, this was when I signed up for a second box because of the Dr. Brandt microdermabrasion. I was very happy to get that. But I guess it wasn't the microdermabrasion I got. My correction, I got the Dr. Brandt hydrobiotic sleeping mask, which is really good. Again, I got First Aid beauty pads. Again, Ciate translucent powder coconut. Very happy to have doubles of that. I did get a set of 3 Allure brushes, which were much better than the sponges, I do have to note. I got a Pure 1 primer. The stuff is terrible. Like the 4-in-1. I don't know what it was with it, but it kept on flaking on my skin. It didn't spread very easily. I was excited to get it, but putting it into actual use, such a disappointment. And I did get the iconic London palette, which I watched, who was it? Somebody's unboxing, a YouTuber's unboxing, where she got the PR box, but she got the palette from London, made in London. I think it was just Anne. And she pointed out how she got the one made in London in a PR box. I got the one made in PRC, and I did end up selling it. So that box got a rating of 2.5, and the only reason why I got the extra 0.5 was because of the Dr. Brandt sleeping mask. Alright, moving on to May 2021. Not May 2021. May 2020. Okay, so because I was so disappointed in February, I skipped March and I skipped April of Boxycharm. So back in 2019, when I was trying to get as much content on my channel as possible, I rarely skipped a box. But 2020, I skipped March and April because I wasn't happy with anything that I saw. Now, the May 2020, the reason why I got pulled back in was because of the Glam Glow Berry Mask. It was alright. I don't like face masks. I like sheet masks. I don't like wash-off masks. So, I mean, again, it was alright. But the reason why I signed up again was because of the bonus Dr. Brandt microdermabrasion. I was happy, one of my faves, to have that extra one. There was some AYAM makeup remover wipes. They weren't that great. Again, I recommend Kirkland's Signature. And in the video, I actually paused it to try the makeup wipes, and I had to scrub and scrub and scrub. So those makeup remover wipes by AYAM, garbage. I did get a Gerard Cosmetics lip pencil. I didn't really like it. It was a nice color, but I think it had a little stiff pen or a stiff tip. There was a Pretty Vulgar eye primer. It wasn't the best eye primer I've ever had, but it wasn't bad. And then I got a terrible studio makeup palette. They sent that in every box. That was just my phone. Terrible quality all around. It was trash. I'll admit the studio makeup palette was trash. So May 2020, Boxycharm did get a 3.5 out of 5 rating. So it wasn't bad. It was much better than February. Not near as good as January. Alright, now June 2020 was my first Boxycharm premium box. I did review my videos because I thought I must have got a June Boxycharm as well. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if I decided not to film it. because how it works with Boxycharm is that in order to get premium, you have to get Boxycharm regular and premium in the first month. After you do that, you can cancel regular box, just get premium, or cancel the premium, just get the regular box. So anyway, I got this really tiny Milk Lip and Glow. It was blush and lip oil. I did not like it, and it was so tiny I thought it was a sample size, but I was told that it wasn't a sample size. I'm going to pause this video just because I don't want to talk over the washer, which you'll be able to hear. So I'll be right back. You'll see cut in the video. Sorry about that. I closed the door. Hopefully you don't hear it in the background that much. And I stepped on my cat's tail, so he's not very happy with me right now. Alright, so I mentioned that the Milk Lip and Glow, it was actually apparently full size. So tiny that I was sure it was a sample size. Next one was the Skin & Co. Shower Gel, which I ended up really enjoying and actually ended up saving the box. The Glow Recipe Avocado Sleeping Mask was another item that saved the premium box. Billion Dollar Brushes Duo Side, I didn't like it. I ended up tossing that. It had one side for contour and one for eyeshadow. Yeah, terrible product. The Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette was alright. And the last time was Grace and Stella Face Masks. Big gold masks, these were terrible. They wouldn't sit on the face. The eyes were really small. The mouth was really small. They tore easily. Like it just ruined the whole box for me, those face masks. So the June 2020 Boxycharm Premium, I did give it a rating of 3.5 out of 5. Again, because of the shower gel being good and the sleeping mask being good. And the Cocoa Contour Palette being alright. I love the smell of Too Faced. They do really good. Alright, next box is Boxy October 2020. Now, the first thing I got was the Beauty Breakfast in Bed palette. I ended up giving that away. I didn't really like the quality. Like, Beauty Bakery is really cute in their packaging, but their quality falls short. I got a Murad AHAH cleanser, which is my favorite cleanser ever. I ended up getting 2 in a future add-on sale for really cheap. I got a Spongula Cherry, the first one that I got, you know, the little flower scrubby thing, body buffers. I was happy to get, but I don't really like it. I find them very rough. Solo de Janeiro lip product. I actually still have it. It's meh. I don't really like it. I don't find it moisturizing at all, to be honest with you. I got a Malian and Gorte facial oil that I ended up selling. It was a blue bottle. I didn't really understand the big deal about that. And the Tarte Mist, I did end up actually liking. I didn't think I would in the end, but it was a very fine mist, very nice to use it with. October 2020 Boxycharm got a final rating of 4.5 or 4.54 out of 5 because it was a very decent box and I was happy with the cleanser, the facial oil, the Spongula that I got. That was a bit rough on the skin, the Tarte Mist. So yeah. Alright, November 2020 Boxycharm. We got a red algae plant stem cell bottle. I believe it's a facial oil. To this day, I still don't get it. Like, I use it, but I don't understand it. There was a Jecca Black liquid corrector thing, eye brightener. It was a filler item. It's supposed to brighten underneath your eyes, but it was colored, so it wasn't like an eye cream. I ended up trashing that one. A Zenzia exfoliator, the pumpkin turmeric one. I used it a couple times just to try it out because it was like my 3rd time getting that product. It wasn't bad, but I do like Dr. Brandt better. Gimme Brow, I was happy to get that. I really liked, and I was one of the lucky ones that got the Natasha Denona Peak palette. I did end up selling it, but yeah, it was the caramel palette, or the camel, or the peak. Yeah, I was happy that I ended up getting it. So originally I wanted to rate this a 2.5 out of 5. However, I'm going to rate that a a 3 out of 5, a 3.5 out of 5. I'm changing my rating just because I didn't mind the Enza exfoliator. I do use the facial oil, I just don't understand it. I like the Gimme Brow and the Natasha Denaro Peak Palette. I was happy that I was one of the few that got the Peak Palette. Alright, now for the last box, I did get a December 2020 Boxycharm. I got Glam Eyelashes and Magnetic Eyeliner. I don't use fake eyelashes. I did end up selling that for profit on Facebook. I got an Artiste Corte palette. It was a red and orange palette. Terrible palette. Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would actually like that. I got a Vizier Eye Primer, which I haven't tried yet. An Elemis Superfood Priming Moisturizer. I did end up selling it, but it has really bad reviews. And Melt Away Exfoliator by Butter London on the nail beds. I used it 3 times and it didn't do nothing. It didn't work. So because of that reason, December's box did get a 2 out of 5. Now, I'm trying to talk over my laundry going on in the background here. I am so sorry. Alright, so the best months of Boxycharm 2020 were January, October, and June, and November, and the worst months were February and December. Alright, I'm wrapping up this video, so because my laundry is going to do its spin cycle. So yeah, so that was my Boxycharm 2020. FabFitFun much better than the Boxycharm was alright for 2020. I do still think it's worth it for Canadians. You will be paying about $40 to $42 a box. Premium is an option. Boxylex is an option. But yeah, alright, so that's going to wrap up this video. All you shining stars have a shining star day, even if I'm not around as often to remind you. Bye! Once I find the stop, bye.